play the same way, and it's just continuous. So I think if we just stick to our game and try to hone in on some things that we can clean up tomorrow, I think we'll have some success.
You guys had 5 different scores last night. I saw this has been a pattern for you guys with balanced scoring and everything. And how important is it just to keep that going through this series, through the playoffs?
Yeah, it's huge. I think we kind of showed that all year. I think that's something that not a lot of teams have the luxury of, and I think that's something we definitely don't take for granted here. So it's kind of a by committee thing, and everyone's bought into that. We know we're not going to have guys that score 3-4 goals a game, but if everyone gets 1 or 2, it's definitely going to help for sure. So they all add up, and it's playoff time, so it doesn't really matter who scores or when. It's just about getting the job done.
Take us a little bit through the third period madness. You give up the lead and then calm down and come out and kind of play the normal game with the forecheck successful in the overtime. What was that kind of getting readjusted?
Yeah, I think we definitely got away from our game there towards the end of it. We knew they were going to push back in the third. They're a great team over there, so we knew they weren't going away, and kudos to them. They put 2 in right away and had us back on our heels, and yeah, we definitely just tried to get back on our feet, come overtime, and knew we kind of just had to settle down and get back into a rhythm in our game. So I think we did really well, kind of forgetting what happened for the first 60, and it's a new game in overtime. So I thought we got back to our game and came out good, and obviously, we got the win last night.
You mentioned the physicality, and maybe some people you don't know your team for that. Is that a necessity in the playoffs here that you've done that, or is it a point of effort to do it that way, to be more physical than you were in the regular season?
Yeah, I think so. It's just kind of just the nature of the beast. Everyone kind of says that. I think even people just, casual fans at home will see it's a little more physical than normal. So it's not something we harp on, but it's a long series. You play teams, 7 games in a row every other day. So there's going to be it's going to be pretty intense for sure, and it's lots of fun. So I wouldn't say it's something that we're really focused on, but it just kind of comes with the game for sure.
Morgan, how much confidence can you draw scoring 5 times off a goalie who was playing that well coming in?
I don't think we read too much into it. We kind of stuck to our game and tried to get inside as much as we could. But he's an unbelievable goalie on the other side of it. So he had a great series last series, and we knew that coming in. So we try to get pucks to the net and get in the right spots. And we were fortunate to have 5 go in. I don't know if we could score 5 every night, but we're just going to try and do what we can and give our team the best chance to win.
What does it say about this team that whether it was Game 7 in Colorado, you got the win you needed to. Last night, Dallas ties it, you get the win you needed to in overtime. What does it say about this team that apparently no matter the adversity, you find a way?
Yeah, I think it's kind of just the belief in the room. Not a lot of people expect us to be here in the playoffs for that matter. So I always say we're kind of playing for free. Like we're playing, for each other. We're playing for the guys in the room, and we're not trying to put too much weight on anything. So that's kind of why you play like games like Game 7, games like last night. There's a lot of ups and downs, but when you're a kid and you're dreaming about playing in the Stanley Cup playoffs, it's those games and those moments that you want to play for, and I think we got a lot of guys in the room that'll rise to that occasion.
Now, you just said that, but already a lot of Cup favorites have already been knocked out of the playoffs. I mean, how much does that kind of fuel the motivation that you guys have going into games that, there is a bigger picture of this. It's not just one game and one round.
Yeah. I don't know if we played too much attention. We're fans like everybody else, so it's very entertaining. But I wouldn't say that, we're looking too far ahead. We got our game tomorrow, and that's the thing about the playoffs is, it goes one game at a time, and we're not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves. We have a big task ahead. They're a great team on the other side here, so we're just going to go into game 2 and just try to build off last night.
Morgan, how do you approach off days mentally? Do you like to step away from the game? Are you doing preparatory work? Anything today?
Like personally?
Or as the group?
Yeah, I think as a group it kind of depends. When you end at 1 in the morning, it's a little hard to get going. But personally, I try to get away. I don't. Our whole lives revolve around hockey. I'd rather just take a step away when I can. Playing every other day and traveling is tough for everyone, and especially being away from our families and things like that. So, I'll make a few phone calls and just try to get away from the game and, reset and get back at it tomorrow.
What is Grubauer to you guys, just personality-wise, experience he brings with the playoffs and everything he's been able to do thus far?
He's awesome. Yeah, he's great. We've always had a belief in him in the room, and through the season we knew we know the kind of goalie he can be, and he showed that this postseason for sure. Especially Game 7, he kept us in that game. Well, the whole series for that matter, but Game 7 especially when they had their push and things like that. So he's awesome. He's kind of our rock back there. So we have someone to rely on, and it makes it a lot easier to play when you have someone reliable back there and you can count on.
Morgan, you've been playing on the power play, kind of a new spot for you there. Just can you take us through what your role is, how you're trying to contribute there?
Yeah, it is new for sure. I don't know if it's anything special. I think I've got a good shot. I think I've got some skills that I can use in the power play, but I'm not trying to go out there and do anything special. We got a lot of good players that have been on the power play, and when Canner gets back, he's going to be a huge addition too. So for now, I'm just going to try and go and create offense, use my vision and IQ, and just try to create some opportunities for guys.